Jen. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jade. How are you guys? Thank you, Sandy. I hope the same for you too. How are you today? I'm trying to warm up today. Can't seem to warm up. This will be good. We'll shake it out, move our bodies. Hello, everyone. Let's see if we can get this. trying to get some music set up here for you guys. You don't need any specific props. We're gonna utilize a chair. If you have some blankets that you want to use, pillows, I can show you briefly before we start just how I kind of set up the chair just to make it comfortable. But really just use what you have. Make yourself comfortable. And if you have any questions before we get started, go ahead and just put them in the comment box. Eva, hello. Yeah, if you have anything that you need to say, you can put it right in the comment box. And as always, if you need to take a moment to just share something that's on your mind or your heart that you want to share with the group, go ahead and do that. We've got about 5 more minutes before we start. Let's see if I can get some tunes going. Hi Marge, how are you today? Good to see you on here. Nicola, do you like to be called Nikki? Is that what you said before? I'm sorry, I can't remember. It doesn't allow me. Can't hear. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. I don't think I'm muted. Now you can. Okay, that's good. I can hear fine, just so you know. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Ashley. Hi, Heidi. We're just checking in. Eva says she has no sound. Is anyone else experiencing that? You can hear, okay. So if you're having a hard time, let's see, I'll text it here. If you're having a hard time with sound, exit out and come back in. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Laura. Okay, so yes, Nikki. Okay, thank you, Nikki. Hi, from Washington. Hi, Laurel. I hear you. Oh, perfect. Okay, so if you can't hear me, which is kind of funny because I'm trying to talk to you, but hopefully they'll see my text that they log out and come back in and see if that helps. Okay, great. Good. I'm happy. Which is called 3-part breath. Oh, let's see if I can turn my sound down. And 3-part breath is supposed to be used throughout Thanks. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Laurel, that's great to know. I'm glad that we can connect in this way then. I know it's there's so many there's so many things that we don't get to do right now, but it is so nice that we get to connect with people that we would normally not connect with. It's one of the things that I've really been enjoying about this, is just seeing how many people log in from all over the country. Heidi, how are you today? We got just a few more minutes, everyone. Like I said, if you're just joining us, we're going to be utilizing the chair for our yoga practice today. You can use any other props that make you feel comfortable, a blanket, some pillows. Oh, no worries, Eva. You just kind of take what you need from this. When the live session is done, the class will also be on the Toivo page for you to come back to whenever you want to. So that's a really nice thing that we get to utilize here. Now we have all these wonderful classes that we have access to all the time. So take what you need here. If it doesn't work out, come back to it when you're ready. Michelle normally does these classes, and she's here every Wednesday from 2 to 3. She's an amazing teacher. So if you're missing her today for the first time, if this is your first class, I do hope you come back and you check her out. All right, let's turn this up a little. Although, all right. So let's see, I'm hoping that you guys can see me back here. Hopefully this isn't too far away. Maybe I'll come a little bit closer. Great. I'll come closer to start. So here we are. We'll take a moment to just check in, to land in our space and to land in our bodies. So to start, we're just gonna come onto our seat, and right here, as we just find our breath and start to connect with our body and start to find a grounding space, you may want to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. So if you want to take a blanket, you can always take a blanket under your seat. It's nice to make sure that it's nice and even so that you don't have any lumps or that your hips are tilted. I like to put a pillow behind my back. See, that feels really supportive. You can just let the pillow fill the curve of your low back, and it really doesn't matter the size of the pillow. It's really gonna be so unique for each person. Some people like a smaller support in their lumbar spine, and some people like a more fuller support. You can also have a blanket or a couple pillows propped under your feet if your feet don't reach the ground and you'd like that grounding sensation. So wherever you are, maybe you let your hands rest to the thighs. Once you take the shoulders up to the ears, pull them back and let them drop down. Just start to stack our shoulders over our hips. Let the crown of the head reach up nice and tall. And maybe here you start to close down the eyes. This is not comfortable for everyone. And so if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable with the eyes closed, just leave them open and find a spot in front of you, something unmoving that you can just focus your eyes on, letting your eyes just soften as if they're resting and just focused, soft focus. We take in a lot of sensation through the eyes, and it's really nice to give them a little bit of a break and give us an opportunity to tap into our other senses, to turn inward a little bit more. And as you start to land here, just notice where your body touches the chair, just feeling that support underneath you. And wherever the body touches the chair, maybe you drop your weight just a little bit more. Start to notice the sounds around you. We'll begin to pull ourselves back as an observer. Nothing to hold on to too tightly. Yoga tells us that everything is rising and falling, this constant ebb and flow. Try not to hold on too tightly. So just notice the sounds. Some of them might be welcomed, others not so much. Let's see if we can hold space and just watch and hear all of them. Just staying here as long as you like, knowing that my voice is just a guide. You guys are going to take what you need in this class. Right? You are your greatest teacher. You know your body better than I do. So if I say something that doesn't feel right, you'll just take a movement that does, always staying away from pain, numbness, tingling. Let the class be your own. So stay there with those sounds, or start to notice your breath. How does the breath feel on the nostrils? Is there a taste or a texture at the back of the throat? Does the chest rise and fall as you breathe? Does the belly expand as you inhale? Does it gently draw in and up as you exhale? And you're not looking to change the breath just yet. Just notice the breath that you've come into the practice with. And in this way, we meet ourselves right where we are without asking ourselves to change. Meeting ourselves right where we are so that we can choose and discern the best movements, breath to move forward. And when you feel like you've met the breath where it is, let's start to invite in a fuller, deeper breath, knowing that sometimes a full, deep breath is not the norm or comfortable in our bodies. So just meet yourself where you are and just start to see if you can lengthen it out in your own time. When you're ready, we'll inhale, draw the breath, breathe into the belly. Belly works to expand, the ribs expand, and the chest lifts. And as you exhale, the navel gently draws in and up, the ribs deflate, and the chest drops down. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. And just take a few more rounds on your own time, your own pace. Never have to worry about being in sync with me. You can really linger and stay where it feels right for you. Just notice. beautiful. With your next few breaths, I'll invite you to draw your hands to heart center. If it doesn't feel right here, you can take any hand position that feels good. But as you settle here, take a moment to breathe into your heart space, the space in and around the heart. And maybe this is you connecting with just the beating of the physical heart. Maybe this is a sense of gratitude. Maybe this is a connection to God, nature, love, flow. All names are welcome. A loved one's face or a happy memory. And whatever way that you connect, I'll invite you to just breathe there for a moment. Just breathe into that space. And as you breathe there and you start to feel that connection, set an intention for your practice. What are you dedicating the breath, the movement, and the mindfulness to? Something for you or something for someone else. Remembering there's enough for everyone. Maybe something for the whole world today, celebrating Earth Day, sending a little love to Mother Earth. And know that if there's anything else that you hope for yourself, I hope it for you too. We'll seal that intention. Take a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Stay there as long as you'd like, or when you're ready, go ahead and take your hands down. Find a little movement in the shoulders, up to the ears, back and down. And just notice here, sometimes what we crave is not always what we need. So, one of the things that I like to do in my own practice is if I'm moving quickly, I'll just kind of feel into that space, but then I'll also see what the opposite feels like. So what happens if you move a little bit slower? Or maybe you're moving slow and you'd like to explore what it feels like to move a little bit quicker. And this opens up so much in our yoga practice. And maybe go in the opposite direction, just rolling forward. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, drop them down. In through the nose, squeeze up. And exhale. Drop them down. One more. Inhale, squeeze up. Nothing to force. And exhale, nice sigh. I had a lot of sighs today. I gotta let the sighs out. Okay. Let's find a little movement in the neck. So just make sure your shoulders are moving over your hips, right? That's just the direction that we're working to be in. It doesn't have to be exactly that. Go ahead and drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Take a deep breath here. We're actively reaching out through the crown of the head and taking the opposite shoulder back. So right shoulder pulls back as you reach up and out. And then you're breathing into the space that you're creating in your neck. And it's so simple, but we hold so much tension here. Most of the time, I don't even know how tense I am in here until I try to fill that space with the breath. So how does that feel for you there? Just notice, no judgments, no shoulds or coulds or have tos, I want tos. Right, just notice. For a little more sensation, you can take your hand off to the side, your right arm. Let your thumb face up. You're reaching out through the fingertips. You're reaching out through the crown of the head, and now you're breathing once again into that space that you're creating. For a little more sensation, go ahead and tuck your thumb into the palm of your hand. Wrap your forefingers around the thumb, and keeping the thumb facing up, you're tipping the whole hand down like you're pouring water out of a watering can, and then you're reaching up through the crown of the head. And just see if you can still feel the connection, your seat to the chair, the feet to the ground, right? Keeping that grounded sensation, that connection to the lower part of the body. Breathe here. And it may feel good to take some extra movements. Maybe you circle the jaw. There might be a tuck and a release to the chin. Remembering that everything lies on a spectrum and you get to choose where you push forward and where you hold back. There's not one that's better than the other. It's constantly shifting. It's constantly evolving. It changes every time we come to the mat. It may feel good too to take the bottom teeth over the top teeth, creating this underbite. You're kind of stretching into the jaw. You'll know you're doing this right if it feels just like completely silly. All right, maybe the tongue comes out. Beautiful. Then we'll slowly come back up to center, nice and slow. Take a moment there. Just notice now the difference between the left and the right. And we'll start to make our way to the other side. When you're ready, length up through the crown of the head. Exhale, drop it over right ear to right shoulder. Maybe the left arm extends out, right? These are all just options. Tucking the thumb, wrapping the forefingers, pouring that water out of the watering can. That left shoulder is opening. It's like the arm is externally rotating, like the armpit is trying to look towards the face. That's one way to put it, right? And then finding any little extra movements, breathing there, but then circling the jaw or tucking and releasing the chin. And these movements are small, but they really provide so much benefit. Little movement, big gifts. Right, just kind of taking any extra movements here for the next few breaths that feel right for you. Just letting yourself explore, not judging yourself. Just letting yourself be as you are in this moment. Every time we do that, we are acknowledging that we're enough, that we are worthy. And when you're ready, we'll slowly come back up. Now let's find some full circles. Roll out the neck. Just rolling in one direction. And even here as you circle, see if you can stay up nice and tall. We always want length in the spine before twist, right? Keep those shoulders open. Can you breathe here? I hold a lot of tension in my neck, so it's a process for me to take a full deep breath as I move those muscles. You may feel the same, or maybe you're free and open there. Just notice, what does that feel like for you to breathe into that space and breathe into that movement? And if you haven't reversed the direction, just reverse the direction. Welcoming any pops and creaks there. Go ahead and let the head come back up. Once you circle out the jaw, starting really small, letting that movement get a little bit bigger, maybe, right? Exploring. And then other direction. Beautiful. Let's circle out the wrists. Those pops and those creaks, we'll just welcome them all. And just notice there's a difference between keeping the fingers tucked or releasing the fingers, right? Tucking the thumbs in or having the thumbs on the outside, right? That will all provide a different sensation as we circle out the wrists. And again, maybe if you're moving really quick, you notice what it feels like to move a little bit slower. And then to just provide a little bit of strength and connection to the wrists, to the forearms and the hands, take the arms up above the head, a little bit of work here. Just put your shoulders in a position that feels good. Maybe your arms aren't as high, right? Wherever you are, just let it be enough, because you are enough. Wherever you are, start to open and close the hands. I don't have a better name for this other than the chicken dance movement, so we're gonna do that. So go ahead and open and close. And you're trying to move pretty quickly here. You might notice that one of your hands is a little bit more coordinated than the other, or one just moves a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker while the other one's trying to keep up. That's okay. That's normal. My left hand is like, why? Why are we doing this? So see if you can breathe here. Big deep breath. See if you can move a little bit faster. A little bit faster. And one more breath. And when you're ready, start to roll out the wrists as you come back down. Nice. Shake out the wrists. I don't know about you, but that gets me every time. It's such a good way to build strength and connection in our forearms, which we use a lot in our yoga practice. Beautiful. So go ahead and relax here for a second. One breath. Just noticing that connection now to the forearms, to the fingers, to the hands. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms rise to heart center. A few more rounds with your own breath, your own time, right? Moving quickly or moving slowly. Just linking the movement with your breath. Maybe it becomes a little bit more fluid, or maybe it feels good to linger somewhere. Make the practice your own, right? Make the practice your own. One more. Beautiful. Let's take our left hand to the side, or you can even grab alongside the chair. Right arm will sweep up and over, right? So the arm might be down, it might be holding, might be to the hip. We're reaching up and over, long neck. So if the head is cranked in one direction or the other, you're just gonna let it be an extension of the spine. Come back up to center, level off, other side, up and over. This feels so good. Come to the center, other side. Oh, and back to center. I don't know if I said one more time, but I'm going for another. It felt so good. Okay, come back up. Beautiful. Both arms rise. Exhale, let's twist it to the left. So your right hand will sit outside the left knee, and your left arm can be back behind you, maybe over the top of the chair. It'll really depend on what kind of chair you're using, or maybe just along the side. We're just going for this gentle twist here. Reach up through the crown of the head, feel your feet to the ground, sitting bones to the chair, deep breath. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Let's come back up to center. Reach up. Maybe you look up gently. And exhale. Let's take it right to the other side. And this side's totally different, so be gentle here. Feel your feet to the ground, sitting bones to the chair. Reach up through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. One more. Beautiful. And we'll slowly let the arms rise. Reach up, look up. Maybe a little bit of a back bend, heart opens. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Let's lift that right foot. Roll out that right ankle. And go ahead and just roll in one direction. And really see if you can kind of feel into your range of motion in the ankle. Right? So much of our health and wellness starts in our feet, especially when it comes to our structure of our bones and how our muscles feel. Right, so just check in with those ankles, roll in the opposite direction. And maybe you splay the toes here, even if you have shoes on. Try to like bust out of those shoes. Just splay the toes as wide as you can, yogi toes. And see if you can really press out through the ball of the foot. Right. And everything lies on this scale, like 0 to 100. So, right, if you feel like 100% is way too much, way too active, come back to like 80 or 75, 60, 20. Where are you on that scale? Just notice, right, the force and the pressure that you're using. And then one more time, circle it out. I love yoga because it teaches us to move our bodies really efficiently. And we don't have to come in with a certain body type. It just teaches how to use our unique body efficiently. And go ahead and just lower down. Maybe you straighten and extend the leg a few times, just feeling into the knee and the hip. Beautiful. And we'll come right to the other side, roll out that ankle. I don't know if you guys can hear all of these pops. Other side. Yeah, explore that range of motion. Circle in the opposite direction. And I'm always amazed at how just kind of moving out the wrists, the neck, and the ankles starts to really free up and start to get the blood moving through the body. Just frees up all this space that was holding tension or tightness before. Press out through the ball of the foot, splay the toes, bust out of that shoe. Take a deep breath and just bend and straighten that leg. Perfect. Beautiful. And when you're ready, come back to center. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, look up. And as you exhale, take your fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. And maybe here you find a little twist to one side and then the other. And even in my body, this is like kind of like I'm feeling quite a bit here on like the pinky side of my hand. So if this is too much, right, where can you come? And you'll just take this flowing twist side to side. Breathe here. Beautiful. Come back to center, maybe a few circles. And really see if you can feel into the shoulder socket, like feel into that range of motion there. Instead of it being so much about moving the elbows, like bring your awareness to the shoulders. Maybe other direction. One more breath. And slowly take the hands down. Inhale, press the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine. Seated cat and cow. Inhale, come forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more inhale, press forward. Exhale, round. Beautiful, and come back up. We're gonna find a little bit of a circle with the torso. Sufi grind, just kind of rolling in one direction. Just notice which direction your body automatically started going into. And just stick with that. Start small. Let the movement get a little bit bigger with each breath. Can you link the breath with the movement? And maybe the eyes close here, and especially within the comfort of your own home, allow yourself to just really tune into how it feels to move in this way. Right? And just kind of, I always want to say we're stirring the pot, but in a good way. Okay. And we'll come back. Start to move in your opposite direction. Full deep breaths. Remember, you're filling your body, filling the shape and the movement that you're taking with your breath. And every time we take a shape and we fill it with the breath, then we have this opportunity to ask, how does this shape inform me? How does this movement inform me? And the answers that come will be different for everyone. They often don't come with words, right? It often comes into a feeling space. Beautiful. And when you're ready, come back to center. Just a few more front to back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come back up to center. We're going to stand. If standing doesn't feel right for you, feel free to stay here. You can go back to any of the movements that we've just done. We're going to you can come to the back of the chair for a little bit of support if that feels right. And I'll turn this way, maybe sideways so that you can see me here. Maybe I'll start front to start. Okay, so here, go ahead and just rest your hands to the chair. Okay, beautiful. And just take a moment here in Tadasana. Maybe the hands stay to the chair, or maybe they come down to the sides, maybe one hand. It is kind of nice to leave one hand or two hands to the chair, just feeling that extra bit of support. Right? Every time we use a support, a prop, it's like we're telling the universe, I'm open to support. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead and step your left leg back. We're going to come into this little runner's lunge here. The farther you step back, the greater sensation. The shorter the stance, less sensation. Not one better than the other. There's a bend in that front knee. Right? And just breathe here for a moment. So maybe the hands stay to the chair. Maybe one arm rises. And then the other. Or maybe both. And check in with your judgments. There really is not one pose or one variation that's better. It's about meeting yourself where you are, honoring it, and giving back to yourself by meeting yourself where you are. Maybe holding back or pushing forward from there. One more full deep breath. Okay, we're going to inhale. If the arms are lifted, reach up a little bit higher. And as you exhale, we'll open it up, warrior two. Now you can keep the front hand to the chair. The back foot is going to turn to parallel the back of the mat. You can also keep both hands here with the torso facing the front. But it may feel nice to reach back, maybe hand to hip. And again, greater stance, more sensation. The shorter the stance, less sensation. Wherever you are, take a full deep breath. Beautiful. And when you're ready, just start to straighten that front leg. Reach up and out of the hips and just gently pull forward. You can keep your hand to the top of the chair, or the hand might rest farther. When you're ready, we'll rise back up. Hand to the top of the chair. Bend the front knee. Heel toe the back foot forward and step forward. Deep breath. One more. We'll come to the other side. Right leg steps back. Runner's lunge. Hands can stay low, or the arms can rise. Maybe one, maybe alternate. Deep breath. Inhale, reach up, crown of the head or fingertips, and we'll open up to warrior two. Right? Use the support of the chair. The purpose of the practice is not to move away from using the chair, but to really invite it in. Right? How can we use this support? to meet the needs of our unique body, our mind, and our heart. Take a deep breath. The gaze can look forward to the backhand or over to the front. Straighten the front leg. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you lift up through the crown of the head, and you can gently just pull the upper body over to the side, up and over, and maybe stay here with that support, or maybe the arm reaches, or maybe you drop down and just let that arm rest to the chair, right? Arms can reach up in any direction that feels right. Deep breath. When you're ready, unwind the way that you went in. Heel toe the back foot. Step forward. Deep breath. When you're ready, take the feet nice and wide here. You're going to turn the toes out to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And we're going to drop down into a little bit of a squat, but I really want you to only drop down to about 20% of what your full range would be. We really want to focus on pressing the heels into the ground, right? Feeling that activation of the legs. And again, the stance might be shorter together. The stance might be wider. Notice what feels right in your hips. Listen to your hip creases, right? And you can use the support of the chair. Maybe one hand for a little bit of a balance challenge, or maybe hands to hips. Notice what feels right for you. If you are feeling like you need a little bit more work here, you may want to come up onto the toes. You can also pulse onto the toes. But wherever you are, breathe. Fill the shape with your breath. Open heart, right? If you're rounding forward, see if you can open up. Relax your toes. Deep breath. One more. Beautiful. We'll slowly straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet in. One last movement here. You're going to take your hands to the top of the chair. Walk your legs back. And you're just going to drop your chest through, right? And again, maybe you stay right up here. Maybe that feels right. Maybe you're back a little bit farther. Take a deep breath here. The legs don't have to be straight. There can be quite a bend in the knees. And just feel that space that you're creating in the armpits, the front of the body, and just maybe you feel that connection. Maybe you gently press the hands to the top of the chair so that you can feel the activation in the arms and the back of the body. Gently drawing the navel into the spine, right? It doesn't have to be about just sinking, right? We can build some strength here by pressing the hands into the chair, right? Wherever you are, maybe you're up higher, you're just gently pressing that resistance. Long neck, take a deep breath. And when you're ready, press through the feet. Walk the legs back in. Deep breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back into the seat. Take your time getting here. Let me just take a moment to notice. I need my pillow. Just notice how you feel now. Right. Notice how you feel now. Maybe there is a little bit more room, a little bit more freedom. Maybe there's more emotions that rise up for you, right? All kinds of emotions. So just notice what comes up. Take a deep breath. One more. Beautiful. Now when you're ready, we'll slowly take our left ankle. You can start by just crossing it over the right? Or it may be a little bit higher, or it might be a little bit higher, right? There's not one that's better than the other. You're just noticing what feels right for you. So my first suggestion is to just take the hands down the leg, the crossed leg. So maybe that will just be up high, or if you have access, you can take the hand down a little bit more. Just giving a gentle massage to the low part of the body. This gentle massage, this gentle touch has been so beneficial in my own body, bringing this connection back to my lower extremities, which is kind of the first thing that I lose connection to if I'm feeling anxious feelings or if I'm frustrated. So this is always just a nice little gesture. Maybe even the foot if you can reach. Might feel good to kind of gently tug at each toe. And if you can't reach, just really focus on where you can, right? If you're way up here, give that hip some love, right? Okay, take one more breath here. Beautiful. Now you can stay right here. We can come into a little forward fold. You'll inhale. And lifting up and out of the hips, you can gently start to fold forward. It doesn't have to be far. Right, some of you will be up higher. Yeah, that feels right. Take a deep breath. And sometimes we might come into a pose and it feels good at first and it's like, oh, I gotta come out. You're never stuck, right? We just breathe and adjust. Breathe and adjust. One more. And when you're ready, rise back up. Let's take that left leg down. Take the left leg out to the left. And just kind of use your left hand to gently press into the leg into the hand. Deep breath. Beautiful. You might want to tuck the toes under here. It's a little more difficult if you have shoes on. Just kind of stretching into the top of the foot. Maybe a circle. And we'll come back to center. Other side. So this side's totally different, especially if you've experienced injury, but you take wherever you lie on that spectrum. Maybe a little love for the leg, the feet. Breathing, right? Breathing just as fully and mindfully as you did during some of the bigger poses. You're gently pulling on each toe, or really rubbing that knee in a circle. It's always nice to kind of do long strokes up the bones, circles at the joints, long strokes at the long bones, towards the heart, right? Beautiful. Now maybe you stay here because that feels really nice, or we can come into a forward fold. It may feel nice to just use your right hand to press the right knee down a little bit. You might want to stay there, or you're going to lift up through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, gently fold forward, just being mindful of taking what you need on this side. Those right toes gently draw towards the right knee to help protect the knee. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slowly start to come back up. Go ahead and take the leg down. We'll take the right leg out to the right. Press the hand into the leg into the hand. Right? So it's like this. One of the ways that we can relax the muscles in the body, you know, we provide this tension, and then there's this release. Right? So if we press the hand into the leg into the hand, now take a deep breath and relax. Now maybe the leg opens up a little bit more. Maybe it's really small, right? Take a deep breath. Okay, it may feel good to take both legs a little bit wide now. We didn't tuck the toe under on this one, so if you want to do that, do that. Oh, I needed that on that side. Beautiful. So you can take the legs nice and wide, only going as far as what feels comfortable for you, and maybe take the hands into cactus arms. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. Maybe the arms press up. Exhale, open. Really press the chest forward. Maybe the gaze drops just, the gaze looks up just a little bit. Nothing to crank in the neck. Inhale. Press the heels into the ground if you can. One more. Beautiful. Take the hands back down. Walk the legs in. Open the arms nice and wide. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And round. Inhale, open, hold here. Maybe you stay right here. Come up above your head. And let your chest, just find a little bit of a back bend here. Press your feet. You're just tipping over. Nothing to force here. It'll really depend on how high the back of your chair is as well. Just reaching back. Maybe the hands are clasped or maybe the fingertips reach. Press the heels into the ground. Deep breath. And slowly come back up. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise. Twist it to the left. Inhale, arms rise. Twist to the right. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Arms rise. Hands to heart center. Beautiful work. To check the time. Time flew by. And when you're ready, take your hands down. So go ahead and start to find yourself in a comfortable final resting posture. So maybe you are seated in the chair, maybe you put a blanket over you, or maybe allow the shoulders to sit back behind the hips a little bit now. Another option is to come onto the back and take the feet up the chair. Right. Really, the final resting posture is any posture where you feel comfortable enough to let your body settle so that all you have to do is breathe. All you have to do is breathe. So go ahead and start to let your body's weight drop a little bit heavier. Maybe take a few full deep breaths, breathing into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then allow your breath to start to settle into a very natural, rhythmic flow. Nothing to force in or out. And as the breath settles, we'll invite each exhale to drop the body's weight just a little bit more. As if each exhale drops our bodies just a little bit more into the arms of Mother Earth. We'll relax the toes and the bottoms and the tops of the feet. The ankles, the shins and the calves, the knees and the thighs. Drop your hips heavy. Drop heavy into your supports with every exhale. Let the belly soften. The low back. Mid back. And upper back. The whole back. The ribs, the belly, let the belly soften. The chest. Let your shoulders drop heavy. The arms, the hands, and the fingers. Relax your throat, gently swallow a few times. Relaxing the back of the neck. The jaw softens. The teeth, the top and bottom, gently separate. The lips gently closing around them. The tongue relaxes, letting the tip of the tongue rest to the roof of the mouth, right behind those two front top teeth. Letting the rest of the tongue drop into a hammock shape. Soft inner smile. Let your cheeks relax. Your eyes. Tracing up the bridge of the nose and over the eyebrows. The space in between the eyebrows softens. Forehead. The back of the head and the top of the head. The whole body now. The whole body now. Every breath softens the body just a little bit more. Dropping your body's weight a little bit heavier into the arms of Mother Earth. As you lay here, if the mind wanders, you can always come to an affirmation. Inhaling, I am. Exhale, enough. Inhale, I am. Exhale, enough. Stay here as long as feels right. Allow yourself to feel into the space and to take the time, if that's what feels right. If you are ready, you can find little movements in the fingers and the toes. The wrists and the ankles. If the eyes are closed, gently floating them open. And if you're on the ground, just gently making your way back up to a seated posture. To close our practice, we'll draw our hands to heart center. There's a gentle pressure between the palms. See if you can feel your sitting bones rooting to the chair and the crown of the head lifting. Take a deep breath. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Namaste, Ashley. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I encourage you to pop back in next week. Check out Michelle. She is an amazing teacher. I've learned a lot from her, and I'm excited for you to experience one of her classes. Namaste, Sandy. Lots of love for you. see. I'll try to read back here. I missed some of what you guys wrote. Oh, Nikki, I'm so happy that this was good timing for you. I think I really needed this too. If anybody has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box, or if you have something to share. If you're needing a little bit more support that you're not comfortable talking about in this group chat, feel free to send a private message. I'll do my best to respond to you. And check out the rest of the offerings that Toivo has. We have like a full lineup of online offerings. You can check our Facebook page, our website, www.toivocenter.org, and we also have an Instagram. Oh, Laura, I'm so happy that this worked out and that you got to experience this, right? It's like so nice that we get to be together in this way. And even though we can't see each other, there is an energy that is built with the people that are taking the class. It kind of creates this little nest of energy. And yeah, it does provide a sense of support and a sense of connection that I'm really valuing and enjoying right now. So I'm so happy that you had a chance to do that. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you around. Namaste.